Good morning, students. Myself Bhunesh Goswami. Welcome to Music Academy. So today we are going to discuss 11th chapter of 11th NCERT Biology, that is transportation in plants. Okay. So in this plant we will in this chapter we will discuss the transportation methods by which plant transport their nutrients, their shape and water, okay, from each and every part. And we will discuss the methods like osmosis, okay, then imbibition, okay. So first of all we will discuss the transportation. Okay, so there are two means or two methods by which plant transport their nutrients, their minerals, water, etc. Okay, so in plants, so there are we know that plant they do not have the transportation organ, okay, as we have. Like we have heart for circulatory system, okay. So by heart we can or our body can circulate all the materials, all the nutrients to each of cell, okay. So plants they do not have that type of organs, so how they can transport nutrients? So if a plant transport their materials from to a lesser distance, okay, then they do the transport by diffusion and active transport, okay. So there are two methods: diffusion and active transport. Okay, so these are the two methods by which the plant they do transport from a nearby location, okay. So diffusion and active transport they do the transportation either inside the cell or outside the cell or nearby the cell, okay. So in diffusion, what is the difference between diffusion and active transport? So main difference of diffusion and active transport is the diffusion they do not need energy, okay, whereas active transport they need energy in the form of ATP, okay. So in active transport they need energy in the form of ATP, okay. So why they do not need energy? Because they always, so diffusion always will be happen in concentration gradient, okay. So diffusion will always happen in the concentration gradient, whereas active transport they will be happen against the concentration gradient, okay. Right. So these are the two methods: diffusion and active transport. By these methods the transportation of nutrients and minerals and water done nearby the cells, or it is happen in a less distance, okay. So diffusion they do not need energy because they always happen in concentration gradients, according to concentration gradients. Means they will the transport will happen from their high concentration to the lower concentration. Okay, whereas active transportation, they need energy in the form of ATP, and they will why they will they need energy, because they happen against the concentration gradients. Means the active transport will happen from lower concentration to their higher concentration. Okay, so that's why it is called active transport and it is called diffusion. So now diffusion, it is again divided into two part. That is, first is simple diffusion, and second one is facilitated diffusion. Okay, so there are two types of diffusion, that is simple diffusion, facilitated diffusion. Okay, so simple diffusion, in simple diffusion, the non-polar molecules, they can transport from the membranes, okay, easily, because you know that the inner membrane of the cell, it is made up of lipid, bilayer of lipid. Okay, and the inner layer, or you know that we have discussed that this type of lipid bilayer present. Okay, so it is the polar head and it is non-polar tail. Okay, so polar head, they face the aqueous side, and the non-polar tail, so they are hydrophobic in nature. That's why they combine with each other, or they face each other, and they are present in the hydrophobic phase. Okay, so it is the this phase will be hydrophilic and this is the hydrophobic phase. Okay, so the non-polar molecule, they can easily transport through this membrane. Okay, so it is simple diffusion, so then they do not need energy. Okay, and they can transport easily by their concentration, according to their concentration gradients. Means if the molecules, okay, non-polar molecules, these are present in high concentration here, so they can transport easily according to their concentration gradients, means from higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, so it is called simple diffusion. They do not need any type of carrier protein or channel protein. Okay, so they do not any type of protein, okay, supported protein. So that is called simple diffusion. And the second one is facilitated diffusion. Okay, so what is facilitated diffusion? So some molecules which can't transport through this easily, they can't easily transported through this bilayer of lipid. Okay, so there is a need of a protein that is called carrier protein. Okay, so by that carrier protein, the transported molecule will be transported through this plasma membrane. So if I want to explain you, so this is the lipid bilayer. So this is the outer side. This is the lipid membrane. Okay, this is the outer side, and this is inner side. Okay, okay. So if there are some molecules present here and they are present in higher concentration here, okay, so they need a carrier protein for transportation from outer side to inner side. So here it is a transportation protein. Okay, so this is the transportation protein. So it is called carrier protein, and this carrier protein, this carrier protein facilitate its transportation from outer side to inner side. Okay, get it? So what happened? The next thing will be, so here it is again outer side. Okay, so this is the carrier protein. Okay, so it will attach this molecule here. Okay, then it will be rotated. So now it will be rotate. Okay, so it will attach this molecule. Okay, and then it will be rotated. So when it will rotate, it transport this protein here. Okay, so this is the process, this is the method, and that is called the facilitated diffusion, and this protein, it is called carrier protein. Okay, because it carry this molecule and then it transport it from its high concentration to its lower concentration. Okay, so that is called the facilitated diffusion. Okay, and again the facilitated diffusion, it is again divided into three parts. So that is, these three parts are, first is uniport, symport, and antiport. Okay, so facilitated diffusion, the diffusion, so it need a carrier protein, but it doesn't need the energy because it is done from its or according to its concentration gradient. Okay, so it is happen from its higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, and it is facilitated by a protein that is called carrier protein. Okay, and again this facilitated diffusion divided into three parts, that is uniport, symport, and antipode. Okay, so what will be happen in unipode? So in unipode, so for explanation, this is the lipid bilayer. Okay, and okay, so if there it is for explanation, so this is the carrier protein. Again this is a carrier protein. Okay, so these are the carrier proteins. If only one molecule is transport and in a unidirection. Okay, so this is the molecule A and it is transport from this side to outer side to inner side. Okay, and in a unidirection, okay, so that is called unipode. Okay, get it? Then symport. In symport, two molecules will be transported molecule A, molecule B in a similar direction. Okay, then it is called symport. Okay, and the third one is antipode. Antipode means the transportation of two different molecules in the opposite direction, that is called antipode. In antipode, two molecule will be transported but they will transported in opposite direction. So the molecule A, here A will present, and then molecule B, it will transport from inner side to outer side. Okay, this is the inner side of membrane, and it is outer side. Got it? So this is unipode, symport and antipode. So first one is unipode. So it is unipode, then it is symport, and here it is antipode. Okay, so what happened in this type, in these three type of facilitated diffusion? The unipode, in which only one molecule will be transported from outer side to inner side according to their concentration gradients with the help of the carrier protein. Only one molecule in a one direction, that is unipode. Then symport and antipode. In symport, two molecule will be transported from outer side to inner side by a carrier protein in a unidirection, in a one direction, that is unidirection, that is called sympod. Whereas in antipode, the two molecules, they will be transported from outer side to inner side and inner side to outer side in the opposite direction, that is called antipode. Here a molecule will be transported from outer membrane to inner membrane, whereas B particle, it will be transported from out inner membrane to outer membrane. Okay, so they transported from they transported in opposite direction. Okay, so that is why it is called antipode. So it is the this is the simple method that is called diffusion. So in diffusion, they don't need energy, okay, because they transport according to their concentration gradient. There are two type of diffusion, that is simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. Okay, so in simple diffusion, the non-polar molecules, they can easily transport from outer side to inner side according to their concentration gradient. Okay, so here it is the higher concentration, whereas here it is a lower concentration. Okay, so that is called simple diffusion. So they don't need energy, they don't need any carrier carrier protein or channel protein. Okay, so in facilitated diffusion, they need a carrier protein to transport the molecules according to their concentration gradient. So higher concentration to lower concentration, the molecule will be transported by the help of a protein that is called carrier protein. Okay, again they are of three types, that is unipode, sympod and antipode. In unipode, the carrier protein will transport a single molecule in a unidirection. Okay, whereas in sympod, two molecule will be transported by a carrier protein in a single or in a unidirection. Whereas in antipode, the two molecule will be transported, and they will be transported in opposite direction by a carrier protein. So that is called antipode. Okay, so there are some channel proteins are also present. So channel protein, they can be open. The channel protein also made up of the protein, and this is also present in the diffusion. Okay, so channel proteins, they may be open or they may be gated. Okay, so these channel proteins, they also can transport the molecules according to their concentration gradient. For example, the porine. Okay, so porine are the transportation channels which are present in the mitochondria, chloroplast, and in the bacterial membrane. Okay, so they can transport the larger molecules. Okay, so porine protein or porine channels. Okay, so they are present in the, for example, so example of facilitated diffusion example is porine. So they make porine protein, they make a water channel. Okay, so that's why they can transport a larger molecule. Okay, and they are present in the bacterial membrane, chloroplast membrane, and in mitochondrial membrane. Okay, so this is the and the example of porine, example of this type of channel protein, that is aquaporine. So aquaporine are, so these aquaporine made up of 8 porine protein. Okay, so this is the facilitated diffusion. Now we move to the active transport. Okay, so in active transport, why they called active because they need energy in the form of ATP. Okay, and why they need energy? Because they transport the molecules against their concentration gradients. Means if there are molecules which are present in lower concentration, okay, and here it is present in the higher concentration, okay. So if the transportation happen from lower concentration to higher concentration, then they need energy. Okay, so if transportation occur in this manner from lower concentration to higher concentration, then they need the energy in the form of ATP. Okay, so the examples of active transportation, so the pumps examples are pumps, they are made up of proteins. Okay, and example or and these are the pumps like sodium pump, potassium pump. Okay, so these are the pumps which are made up of protein, and they transport the molecules from their lower concentration to higher concentration, and they use the energy which is in the form of ATP, and the transport happen in this manner, that is called active transport. Okay, so they need energy and they happen against their concentration, against the concentration gradients. Okay, examples pumps like sodium pump and potassium pump. Okay, so this is the transportation method, and these are the methods, these are the method of transportation which happen in the in a nearby cells. Okay, or they cover the only short distances, like they happen inside the cell or outside the cell or adjacent cells. Okay, so or in the inside the organelles of a cell. Okay, so that happen in a nearby distance or in a lesser distance. Okay, so that is diffusion and active transportation. Okay, get it? So this is the complete transportation which are happen in the plants. Okay, now we move to the next topic, that is osmosis. So what is osmosis? We will discuss. Okay. Now the second topic is osmosis. Okay, so what is osmosis? It is a diffusion. Okay, so diffusion, which, or we can say that the transportation of water from its higher concentration to lower concentration from the permeable membrane. Okay, so here it is a semi permeable membrane. Okay, and if there are, so it is a system, and this is a semi permeable membrane, and if the water molecules, okay, so here two solutions are present, solution A and this is solution B. Okay, so there are two solutions. So if this solution, it has higher concentration of water, it means it is hypotonic, means more water molecules. Got it? So they have more water molecules in this solution, and that's why it is called the hypotonic solution, or we can say that it has a lesser solute particle. Okay, so what is the solution? Solution is a mixture of solvent and solute. Okay, so solvent is water and solute is any particle. Okay, so this solution, it has more water molecule and lesser solvent molecules. That's why it is called hypotonic solution, where this solution, it is called hypertonic solution. It means this solution, it has higher solute molecules, okay, so this has higher concentration of solute molecules, means it has lower concentration of water molecule. Okay, so as I said that in osmosis the water molecule will be transported from its higher concentration to lower concentration through the semi permeable membrane, through a membrane. Okay, so what happened in osmosis? Water molecule from its higher concentration to, so water molecules from its higher concentration to, or water molecule transported from its higher concentration to lower concentration of H2O molecules through a membrane. Okay, and this is called the osmosis. So if there are two solutions, solution A, solution B, okay, so solution A, it has higher, or we can say that it has lower solute molecules, so it is solute molecule, solute particle, whereas the B solution, it has higher concentration of higher concentration of solute molecules. So its concentration is very high in this solution B, whereas in solution A, the solute particle concentration is very low. It means it has high concentration of water. Okay, if solute particle is less, then it is automatically understood that it has higher molecules of water. Okay, or higher concentration of water. So it is called hypotonic solution, and this called hypertonic solution. It means it has higher concentration of solutes and lower concentration of water molecules. So what happen in osmosis? As I said, higher the water molecules transport through a membrane from its higher concentration to lower concentration. So water will move from A to B. Okay. Got it? So this is the process of osmosis by which the H2O particle move from its higher concentration to its the lower concentration of water molecules through a membrane that is called osmosis. Okay, got it? So this is the method of osmosis. Okay, so there are many times the question has been asked from the osmosis that there are two solution A and solution B, then in which direction the water molecule will move. Okay, so in osmosis always water molecule move from its higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, so this is the process of osmosis. So this is the osmosis. Okay, again in the we will discuss the next topic like water potential. Okay, from water potential and imbibition. Okay, in the next class. Okay, so this is it in the today's class. Thank you.